I'm passionate about fishing because it gives me an opportunity to connect with people on a different level than what I would normally if I wasn't into fishing. So for example, one thing that I get to do is I get to spend a considerable amount of time in nature with other friends, family members, strangers even, and by the end of the fishing trip, or the end of the drive, or the end of the time I spend actually on the water, I'm a lot closer with them than I had been before. And there's something about being in nature that breaks down barriers and allows you to talk about things that you wouldn't normally talk about, and allows people to be more comfortable. And at the end of the day, there's something primordial about being able to go out into the wilderness and catch something and just look at how amazing it is and how God created it specifically and how beautiful they are. And then to be able to release it or to be able to feed someone with it. And I think that's very rewarding. We found this massive fish. We're pretty sure it's dead. We're gonna check and see what it is. Oh my gosh, it's still alive. It just went under. It's swimming. Yeah, look, yeah, it's swimming. Look at all that. Look, it's still moving. Oh my gosh. It looks like it got stuck and those birds just pecked it like crazy. Look, it's still bleeding. Oh my gosh. That's definitely a buffalo. It's either a smallmouth buffalo or a black buffalo. I think it's a smallmouth. Gosh, dude, that's awful. Man, those things ate this thing alive. Here, let's release it. I don't know how successful he'll be. He's still pretty strong. Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna live. There's no way he could live after getting that much eaten out of him. You know? That's a shame. He's a huge fish. He's still breathing. Alright, so this buffalo just got basically eaten alive. And it can't swim. We tried to release it. There's no way he'll be able to live. So we're just going to try and put it out of its misery. And to do that as quickly as possible, I'm going to use this little boulder. There we go. So, there you have it, folks.
Fishing has been super beneficial for me. It also has had a huge impact on me as a human being. So I used to think fishing was for the people who were in the country who also hunted and stuff like that. I was a city boy, so I didn't really know much about it until I met my best friend, who is obsessed with fishing, a couple years ago, and he got me into fishing. That's the first thing we did when we hung out. We fished, and I was like, oh great, I'm gonna have to do this thing that I have a bad connotation with. But then I started to fish with him, and it was just a great way to connect and bond with each other. We mostly talked about God-centered stuff, you know, like clubs that we were involved in, such as Young Life, and the church activities we were involved in. So that was the bulk of our conversation when we fished. So it was kind of a thing where we like discipled each other, but we also got to have fun at the same time. And it wasn't until then that I finally realized this thing that we do has a huge impact on who we are as a person, because we're expressing our beliefs, and our beliefs at the time were generally the same because we had God-centered thinking. So it was just one of those things where you got to bond and have fun with God as well, which I think is a super important thing that we are missing out on as a society. I feel like as a society we do fun stuff without God, such as like dancing, going out, drinking, and stuff like that. But this was just a way that we could enjoy a hobby that we both enjoyed, as well as getting to talk to God and talking about God-centered stuff, which was something that actually gave me a lot of confidence through who God is as a person and who He tells us we are. And so yeah, that's kind of the major thing that has benefited me through fishing, and also has influenced me and impacted me in such a way where I feel like I need to tell somebody about it, and this is the perfect opportunity. So this is why fishing has had such a big impact on me, and why I want to see what the impact it has on others as well. Because when you're not doing anything, fishing, when you're not catching anything, you're just sitting there. So I mean, you got to talk about something, and this was the big thing we talked about.
Over 6 pounds. I'm not sure though. It's really fat, but it's not very long. I wasn't filming because I just didn't think it'd be worth it, but we ended up getting this old big thing. It's not very long, like it's probably one of the shortest ones, but look how thick that is. Look at that girth. I'd say he's probably about 5 pounds, just because he doesn't feel huge to me. So we'll get some photos of him, I'll weigh him over there, and then we'll release him.